let's start with this engine because that's our own engine. Yeah? So that's why I start with this one. And the real great thing about this engine is it's in the middle, yeah, and it's filled with oil. Yeah? So in German-speaking countries, they use very often the Bosch engine, which is coming to USA now. They just start there. But this is in German-speaking countries, everyone wants Bosch, Bosch, Bosch. Yeah? But we are ahead of Bosch with this engine because we are totally capsule, totally oil-filled, and only metal gears inside, no plastic. Yeah? And then we can have 3 of the cranks in here, so you can have up to 33 gears. That means our engine, which is very powerful, is constructed for people which are also very powerful, so that altogether is a total winning team. Yeah? Your power on the bike and a powerful engine, so you can do really big hills or many hills on one day, or just long distances. And even this engine, we can switch it to 45, 50 kilometers per hour speed. Yeah? In Austria, per limit, you have 25 kilometers. Yeah? In US, I think it's 30 kilometers per hour, which is allowed, or 32 if you calculate it correct. Yeah? And this engine is sold all over the world. Different manufacturers take this engine, and we choose of this, I don't know, 50 of them, how many there are, we choose 3 or 4 or 5 with specific frames. And we had this one because this is a kind of Ducati style from the motorbike, with this double tubing, and so remembers a little bit on this Italian Ducati motorbike. Yeah? And this is a German company, thirdelement.com. Yeah? We have even this powerful engine in a really, let's say, grey ladies' bike, which doesn't look so sportive, but it also runs 45. So the same engine we have in here.
And the 2 different batteries.
Yeah, because you have got low entrance in here.
The step through. Right, okay.
But of course, this is a total stable frame of these 2 tubes. So these frames always have the problem if you have too much luggage on it. Yeah, it's not so stable in this direction.
Okay.
It also always depends on the rider, on the luggage, on the speed, and
we're different on the bike.
You're
very different.
You won't recognize it. You'll see.
My father made me one like this. He is a physicist who's retired, and he makes these in his basement. And he made one like this. But I agree, it wobbles a little.
Yeah, the fancy thing with this one is it has a CAN bus included. So it's not just a battery where, let's say, 36 volts are coming out and 10 ampere hours energy in there, and you just connect it. It's a CAN bus, so the battery communicates with the engine, communicates with the display, so you can read out the temperature from everything and blah blah blah. Yeah?
Wow, great.
So the next funny thing is, and you will have this in your country because Pacific Bicycles, they've got some shops in USA too. We've got this folding bikes from this company without electro now. This is our part of urban mobility. We use this very often for camping, camping bus and so on. This looks like a children's bike, but actually it's for adults because we can move it upwards. So I can go on this. You're not allowed because you're too tall.
There you go. Very graceful.
Of course, there is a limit on it, because of the small construction.
Sure.
But the funny thing with this one is you can buy it for your children, and when they are grown up, just take it for you, and it's easy to hold. It's 8 kilos only. We've got this on our webpage then. So if you go on our webpage, Yoom, WOM.at for Austria, AT, you can go, but it's only German, but you see the pictures then.
Sure. And because you're Yoom, that's your brand.
No, Yoom is a brand from a bigger company, which started about 100 years before in Austria, and they started with this lowing machine, how you call it, this big mower for the camping place and golf courses to mow the lawn. And they've got these machines for communities, for towns and for cities, to spread the salt on the street, or to put the snow away, for cleaning and all all these things. And then they departed in different brands. So when the Golf thing became bigger, there was a part called Golf Tech, and they've got these golf cars, different brands of. We have Tomberlin, that is a US company. I'm in Austria, Tomberlin, And we use this Tomberlin as a kind of civil car, so we will have a license plate, but only the small red one.
Okay, the small one, yeah.
And you can go with this inside the city too,
That's
so
great.
it's the other part.
That's
Actually,
perfect.
we have done, but it always comes in here through this door. We have a Tomberlin, but not at the moment.
Oh, right.
So this is the other part.
Right.
And then they said, okay, it's growing so much. You've got the bikes and the mopeds and everything. And then they took behind this big company which is called Zimmer. Zimmer is the translation for room in Germany. The company is Zimmer. And the different brands like Golf Tech, EZ Tech, and Yoom is one for electric and urban mobility. So it's not a company, it's just a brand. And we collect all these things.
That's great.
Together. Yeah. This is also from a German company. This is the famous Bosch engine. In the first generation, you can see it on the shape of the battery. And this one is funny because you can put the bar down, with this, put it down, and then it's short and not so high, and you can just put it into some combis or vans or something. That's the advantage of this one. But you have the middle engine, which has the most sensors, is most, let's say, you don't really feel the engine that it overrules you. You always have the feeling you are riding the machine, not the machine is riding. Because you've got a sensor inside, measures your pressure. And with the computer you can tell the system, okay, I put 1 kilo on there, give me always 50%. So you really can accelerate with this one. If you put more pressure on the pedal, the system will support you with more pressure. That's the advantage of these engines.
If he needs to see a real customer.
Oh.
Yeah, please.
Natürlich, danke.